Hello, everybody. Welcome to our first ever podcast.
Oh,
It's
wow, the
Chasing
first one.
Portals. First ever podcast ever. There's too many evers in that, but okay.
Yes.
Yay. So this is Chasing
Yay.
Podcast. World's built by Purple
Welcome.
Ren. Very cute.
Yeah.
Everything's purple. It is so cute. So, guys,
It's awesome.
we
I
have
love
first
it.
guest today. His
Thank
name
you.
is NickTea. NickTea is the
Yay,
founder
what's
of
up?
Yeti Games LLC. They are based in California
Yeah.
and of Washington State.
Yeah, not
And-
Washington, no.
Yeah. Oh my God, doesn't this remind you of a Zoom meeting from the time of COVID? Because we don't have pants.
Right?
None of us are wearing pants. Oh my God, look down, there's no pants.
I had to
Okay,
work
so-
through the whole...
Look down, there's no...
I never got off. I had to work through it. Like, whatever.
Okay, so let me do a little zoom around. There's our logo made by Purple Ren. If you need logos, check her out. Maybe new business opportunity, Purple.
Yeah. Yep. Message me.
Yeah,
I'd be
so
happy
that's
to help
Purple.
you.
Yeah.
Oh, that's my co-host, Purple. Say hi, Purple.
Hello.
Tell us a little about yourself before we get to Nick.
Oh, I am a graphic designer in real life, and I brought that into the metaverse, and I have been building worlds in Horizon World since February of this year, and I love it. And so it's going to be a year here soon, and it's crazy to believe it's gone so fast, and it's been so awesome.
Amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
time actually does travel
That's awesome.
faster in the metaverse.
It does.
Today I came on for
Yeah,
5
doesn't
minutes
it?
and the clock said 30 minutes had passed. I don't know how that happened, seriously.
It happens to me all the time.
It does that all the time. Nick,
Yeah.
Nick T, so tell us a bit about yourself, Nick. What brings you here today,
Well,
besides the podcast?
what brings me here? Well, of course, hanging out with you two lovely ladies. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the first thing. I was on the Beta Horizon group and on the first Meta,
I
Meta
didn't
Quest
know
or
that. That's
Oculus
cool.
Quest, the black one. And I've been involved with making Unity games for the Oculus, I should say. This is showing my age. It's a couple of years old. Now I feel like a dinosaur.
Don't worry,
I have an Oculus Quest in my closet, the black one.
Oh my gosh.
Can't run Horizon though.
No.
Now it's like
Oh,
a
yeah.
brick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I started out
On
doing all that
display.
stuff, but actually I have kind of a web developer background. So I'm running Yeti Media, which is a different company that I run, which does like websites and stuff. But since then we pivoted more to Yeti Games, hence the Yeti name. So I've been doing that for like
Nice.
15 years, working for myself.
Where did you get the
that
name
type of
Yeti
thing.
from?
Well, I always liked like the snowman and I like
Mhm.
the Bigfoot, right? So I go to
Right.
like the Ancient Aliens conferences. I met the
So
guy
cool.
that actually, Bob, he actually was the one who filmed Bigfoot. That's
Oh, wow.
that one footage, the
That's
famous
so
one.
Cool. Yeah, the
Can I do it? Is
Patterson,
this-
the Patterson.
Yeah,
Bigfoot
that's him,
film.
yeah.
Yep. That's
Yeah, so I
actually
met
near
him.
to where I live, so I know
Yeah,
quite a bit
Oh,
about it.
really?
It's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah. It's in my
Yeah,
neck of
I
the
met
woods.
him at Alien Con.
that's your hobby.
That's-
There's a word for it. What's it,
Yeah.
crypto?
Cryptoologist?
She studies like monsters.
Oh,
I don't.
Cryptoologist?
Yeah, I like
Oh, I
reading
love
about
monsters.
stuff
I'm a
like
big
that.
monster
Yeah.
fan.
And we may have the word wrong.
Oh.
yeah, maybe.
Okay, so Nick, your real name is Nick, I'm assuming. Or is
You
that a
would be right.
pseudonym?
It's no,
No,
T.
My
that's
name is
right. That's right.
His real name is T.
That's right.
Moving off my chair here. Where's my pen? Oh, there we go.
Sweet
Pen.
T.
Okay,
Nick.
so how
Where's
did
your
you get
pants? What?
here? What? Okay. Ooh. Yeah. So how did you get to Horizon Worlds? Tell us your story of why you're in Horizon Worlds right now. Like
Oh,
building
well,
and
I
doing
was
whatever
on the
you do.
beta thing. So I was on the
Mhm.
beta Horizon Worlds, like I said, on the old Oculus. And I think, I went in there and it was a very lonely, sad world. And I'm like, I don't really care about this world much.
Aw.
So I didn't hang out much. There wasn't that many people and everybody looked weird. Go back to those old photos from the first beta.
They're square faces and very.
Yeah, we're all
God.
square and we're like,
not
Roblox faces.
wild,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'm like,
Okay.
you know what? I'm just going to go back to Unity because that's funner for me right now. But then one day I saw a message from Buffy Buffers. She was looking for like actors or something like that. I think it was in like February, Yeah,
Buffy.
Buffy. Yeah, she's great. So I met her. I think it was in February. I went in and I'm like, oh hey, what's up? They were doing they were casting for something. I forget what it was. Or no, we were doing doors. We used to do this thing where we go around,
Oh,
see random worlds and whatnot. So I went
HCTV.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, HCTV, and I was just doing improv, and I had so much fun that day. I was laughing so hard,
Yeah.
like for an
Great
hour,
group. Great group of
And I'm like,
people.
you know what?
Love
This
it.
is for me. So that's what got me back into Horizon, and then I started doing some building and stuff too. Yeah.
So
That's
basically,
awesome.
it's the social
Well, more
aspect
recently,
of
though.
Horizon Worlds. I think a
Yeah.
lot of us here
Yeah,
are actually
yeah.
for that, or we came to build and do like work, and we stayed here for like the social part of it. Because
Mhm.
I think I have better friends here than I have in the real world. Kind of weird.
Yeah,
So
isn't that funny? I
now
was hanging
you
out with a
and
friend too.
Fran
Go ahead.
Tomato have a show called Geek Talk through
Yeah.
HCTV, right?
Through HCTV. Yes, we do. We had you on as a guest on our
Yeah,
Halloween
that was
episode.
great. It
It
was
was
really
it was a
fun.
lot
It was
of fun.
so fun. Yeah.
And in
So
fact, when
what
I
are you
met
guys?
when I
What do you guys do
go ahead.
on? What do you guys talk about on Geek Talk?
Oh, on Geek Talk. So Geek Talk is kind of like anything geeky, like video games. We got pop culture. We got
Yeah.
movies, and then we got more serious topics like the future of AI, and just building, like in general, like when you were on, stuff like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. Yeah, you and Fran are awesome together. You guys really you guys make a good team and your personalities mesh really well together. What is your
Well, I don't know
favorite
about that.
episode that you've done? We love it. What's your favorite episode you've done on there?
My favorite episode, I think, probably was the AI stuff with when Lindsay on there, and I think we had did we have Neo on for that one? Oh man. But yeah, it was a
Neoverse.
great episode. Yeah, it was a great
Oh,
episode because
yeah, he's cool.
we
Yeah,
got to
He
really
comes to the
talk
podcast with
about
us too.
Yeah. He's great.
yeah, we get to talk about like the future of AI, and so Lindsay Galaxy Victoria, she does like AI stuff, and she's like a friend of mine that we sometimes will stream together or whatever, but we collaborate on some AI art together. So she gives me little tips and tricks and stuff.
Speaking of AI art, what's the obsession with the zombie chicks? You knew that was coming, Come on. I've been to your
Well,
I've
Instagram.
seen
My
some
obsession-
risque ones, but they're all
Exactly.
just
Are there some
awesome.
risky ones? I don't know. I mean,
Can I say boobs on this show? Are we gonna get
I
banned
say-
for saying boobs?
No. I say naughty. On my bio, it says naughty, nice, or horror pics. So it's kind of a mixture of those things.
Is
Because
that
maybe
kind of
there's
just...
boobs with horror on them.
Are my eyes wide open right now? Because they're wide open in real life. Okay.
No, well, I think
so
you
you
know
didn't actually
what
answer
it was.
the question though. Like,
Besides
wait, what
the
was the question?
obvious, though, like what piqued your interest? Because I started doing
Yeah.
AI around the same time you did, but you really got into it a lot more than I did, and you still do it. So obviously
Yeah.
you didn't start out doing like boob vampire girls.
No, I didn't.
You kind of
Skinny chicks.
evolved
Skinny
into like
zombie
the
chicks
whole
with boobs.
gothic like.
I'm blushing.
Oh.
Yeah. So I, how I started out was, like everybody else, like here's Midjourney or Dream or one of these other programs. And actually, I started with Dream, and I started doing like avatar pics. Like I was doing a bunch of stuff with like Tomato or somebody else I was hanging out with. And then I would run it through Dream, and I would make these reels of like, just their avatars doing different things. Like maybe there's strawberries or gummy bears or something like that. And
Yeah.
that's actually kind of hung over into my new work. But yeah, is that same type of theme, and then I would put like some gothic song to it. Like a lot of those work really well with like the Cure album, Kiss Me, Kiss Me, Kiss Me. I don't know if you guys know that one, but a lot of the
No.
songs really worked
No.
good on that. So that reel got like the reel of Tomato got like a lot of views. I think,
Oh yeah.
well, in my mind, not a millions, but thousands. So I just kind of kept doing it, and I was just looking for new ways to evolve that, but past the avatar type thing.
That's so cool. Like, are you planning on just doing this through Halloween, or is it something that you're going to continue with as you go along? As far as
Yeah, I think it's a good question.
your
I've always
style.
kind of like you, I've always loved monsters
Yeah.
and the goth and stuff. I've
Yeah.
always been a goth kid myself. And I think, that style is kind of just like naturally where I land. I'm
Yeah.
actually my background is actually a painter. I used to do like portraits and stuff and
Oh,
pop
that's
art, but
cool.
but
Yeah.
portraits like, in oil. Um that type of thing. And this kind of like allows me to like paint, but paint in a way where like I can do like a million in a minute, but not
Yeah,
that many,
right.
but I can do a lot, right? And it kind of makes you feel like, like for me, social media, you have to like post constantly. And if I was just doing portraits, you have to have like a real model, and
Oh
it's like maybe you
yeah.
do one a week or whatever.
Yeah, well, if you're
And
lucky.
that's not going to work for exposure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, um, so that's kind of like I kind of like impressionist, but lately I've been kind of leaning more towards somebody I've always wanted to paint, like William Bouguereau. I always thought he did the best skin, and I could never
Yeah.
quite get it right in real life. But now I have
Yeah.
an AI, and it's just like he's my Bouguereau. Okay, paint me this goth girl in a cemetery with
Yeah.
gummy bears
And
and
then you can
blood,
say with his
and there you
style, and
go.
it will do it. Like,
Yeah,
that's
in
so
the style of
cool.
Bouguereau.
I
Yeah,
need to
and
find
And
this
then
AI thing. I haven't
yeah,
actually tried one ever.
it's called Midjourney. Well, there's
Mid-Journey.
a lot of different
Mid-Journey.
kinds, but
There's
Midjourney
stable
is
diffusion. Well,
yeah.
That
Mid-Journey
sounds
and
like a
stable
game.
diffusion are like the same.
It's
Yeah,
on
it is like a
Discord.
game actually.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
It's a Discord bot,
You get
and you
so
just tell the
many
bot
free
like what you want.
ones. Yeah, you get so many
Oh,
free
okay.
ones, and then you have to pay like $30 a month for like
Yeah,
unlimited.
I pay the $30
Yeah,
just
I
because I
did
like
that
to
a
just
couple
like
times,
mess
but
with everything.
I got
Oh, my
to the
hands are
point where I
broken.
wasn't really using it as much as I thought I would, so I just, cancel it or whatever.
Yeah,
But if
yeah,
you're using it
I
every
can
day
see
like
that.
you are and doing it all the time, it really is a good deal because you're using those services and you're paying for further advancement of their technology. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. The AI will know how to make boobs really well, I guess.
Mm.
But I didn't start the whole boob thing.
Oh, come on now.
The boobs. Mm.
He's
Oh my
next
God.
thing
So
you know,
That's
he's gonna
funny.
be making Bigfoot with boobs.
He had one picture with like
aliens.
3 pairs of boobs there, I
Chupacabra.
think.
3 pairs, yeah. There
You
was
type
one
in
with
3 pairs of boobs.
No, I didn't actually.
Do we have to take
AI
this
just
off the
sometimes
video?
I'm
Is this
like-
gonna be on the video still?
I didn't know we were gonna
No,
talk about
that's not a
boobs
bad
tonight.
Is
No, but
boobs
just
allowed
that
on the
fact.
metaverse?
Yes, they are
It's
allowed.
like Total Recall. The 3 boobs is Total Recall. That's what I was.
Ah.
that
Yeah,
movie.
so
I've never watched that.
to answer that question, no, I did not type that. That was just the AI doing its weird thing, and you're like, you know what?
Mhm.
That's kind of interesting. All right, I'll just keep that one.
So
And
AI.
and what's funny about that is
AI is a perv.
being true to
Yes.
yourself as but being true to
AI
yourself as
likes
an
it.
artist in a way, like in the like I actually grew up like in a Mormon family and stuff.
What?
And my
I have a
my
Mormon friend.
stepdad
Yeah.
is Mormon, and he's
Yeah.
on my Facebook. I have
How many
family and
siblings do you
stuff.
have?
So
Like
Oh, I
20?
have 2.
Oh,
just
that's
2.
not bad. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So
So,
but how
but
many
back to that is
how
like
many,
that. Oh,
Go
go ahead.
ahead.
Sorry.
I was just gonna say how many step siblings do you have?
Oh God.
Oh,
Your
0.
stepdad.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Okay, so you're one of those. You're not a crazy Mormon. Okay, you're quite a normal Mormon. Normal Mormon.
yeah. But just to get back to that boob thing,
Don't hate on me, Mormon
That- that-
people.
the three-
Okay.
the AI doing its own thing. As an artist, you're thinking, so I have all these, people, and you know what? I'm like, then I thought about Trent Reznor, and he's like, that there's one song, nothing can stop me now because I don't care anymore. And I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna post this. I think it's cool, and I don't care what people think, and that's what I'm
Yeah.
doing. So that's
Absolutely.
just it's like you feel authentic even though you aren't really painting it. Does that make sense?
It does, because you
'Cause you're
have
posting it.
control over what you're telling it to create. So you can
Yeah.
say 15, 20 different keywords and tell it exactly, like, I want, a woman in gold, the golden hour with, bokeh
golden hour.
and fangs and, I mean,
But the daiquiri in a hand.
dark hair,
Yeah.
and it's
And
fun
half the
to
time
see
it won't. It will only
yeah.
grab like half of those words. It won't grab them
Yeah.
all. It's just like, so you don't know. It's like
a
kind of
random,
like, what's it gonna do?
It's
Yeah.
So it does
fun.
keywords basically.
Yes.
Apparently that's how
Yeah.
the Instagram algorithm is working now. You don't need hashtags anymore. It's all keywords.
Oh, really?
And that's why reels are sucking right now. Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah,
Oh.
reels really suck now. I noticed that.
I used to get like thousands of
Yeah.
views and suddenly I'm getting under 500. Like
Oh,
seriously.
yeah. Wow.
I know I see that I get more interaction just from a regular post than reels.
Oh, really? I haven't done any in a
And it
while,
sucks because
so-
I'm on Facebook. I'm monetized on there, and I have ads.
yeah.
That was
I'm-
one of the
I'm
questions
monetized
I had
ads
for you
and reels.
actually.
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Be monetized.
Oh, yeah. So I just got invited to ads, and it's a whole different thing. So that's why you'll see a lot of my reels. Sometimes they don't have sound in them. It's because they won't show an ad if it has sound or it has music, even though it's their music that they license.
Right.
It's not like I picked it up from my CD
Weird.
player and
Right.
burned a song.
Take your
So-
we can take one of your kitty xylophone toys and make some music in the background and like bang things and like there's some music.
Yeah.
Still says
I do make my own music too, and I in the past I have put my own music on something. I want to say it was a reel or it could have been a stream or something, and then they got mad at me and said, "You can't play that music; it's copyrighted." It's like, well, but it's my own song. I'm the one with the copyright, and then you can't contact anybody, and you know that.
Yeah,
There's nobody
exactly.
there.
I've had stuff taken down
I know.
too.
Yeah, no, that's
Because I
happened
would
to
be
me
at
the whole
like
time.
what else I did? I was on Facebook. Yeah, I did Facebook lives, and I'd be like at maybe a concert. I went to a J-Lo concert once, and she's singing on stage. It's her music. I like do a little bit of the video, and I posted it. Said it's copyright. But it's her concert, and she's singing the song there. And it's like, no,
Exactly.
seriously.
Yeah.
I didn't get that. It wasn't like I
Well,
was
I've
using,
gotten
like, a
music
song
off
from-
of free like websites where I've bought it, and it's I own the rights to it because I bought it, and it's still told me no and taken it
this
off,
copyright
so.
stuff is a problem.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like an
Yeah.
issue because like Horizon Worlds is very strict compared to Allspace and VR Chat. In VR Chat and Allspace, you can watch like copyrighted stuff. No one cares. Yeah. So that's another
Yeah.
question. Do you like use Allspace and VR Chat as well, or just Horizon
I
Worlds?
do. When I first got into the metaverse, I was doing alt space a lot, but I just didn't like the avatars, and they still kind of look
Yeah, me
funky
too.
to me.
They're so ugly.
Yeah,
You
they're
know?
really funky.
Yeah,
That's what I
don't
really
know.
love about Horizon Worlds is the avatars are just so like I think they're the most realistic looking out of all of them. All the the
Yeah.
social apps that are on VR right
Mhm.
now. Like,
Yeah,
because even in like VR chat, it's still more cartoonish, and you can do all kinds of different like characters.
He
or
might like
whatever,
the
so.
the sexualized nature of the avatars in VR Chat. They all have
we
big
have
boobs
had
and
some
tattoos.
fun in there.
So-
Yeah,
You-
yeah.
You mentioned that you do Unity.
Wait, you
so
had some
have
fun
you
in there.
created have you created VR games?
Yeah.
Using
Well,
Unity
I
for the Oculus.
yeah. So last year I did like a hackathon where we created this little game where it was like a pass-through game where you're kind of fighting, like a dungeon game, right? So you're
Yeah.
fighting some monster. And then right now we're making a Unity game, which is it's a MOBA. So it's kind of like League of Legends, that type of
Yeah,
game.
that's cool.
And we're
cool.
making that in Unity, and then we decided that we like Horizon and stuff, and it has the cool collaboration. Why don't we scale it back and make a Horizon version? So that's actually what we're working on now.
Nice.
And it's getting pretty close to being done.
So do
just
you
a lot of
are
scripting,
you-
a lot of different logic.
Yeah, I was gonna ask because you've not really published much or anything yet.
Yeah, I haven't
So
published
are
anything,
you
no.
scripting or are you creating or are you doing a little bit of both?
I'm doing both and also art directing, so we have a
Mhm.
couple of people on the team, that are helping out. We have Ma Power 71. He's my friend Mark, and then we have the Zimster 87,
Yeah.
Galactic Victoria, and Fran Tomato have all kind of helped out. So
Aw,
we all kind of
Great.
build stuff here and there, but we haven't published it yet. That type of thing.
Yeah, no, that's cool. So when do
If you
you
need
guys
someone to
plan on
test your
doing
world,
it?
we
Yeah.
welcome, you
Well,
want
I
to
know.
Flexibility
build
I
spice
definitely
us?
want you guys
Yeah.
to test.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we would love
Oh,
Yeah.
that.
God, what is happening to my hand?
So do you guys have a release
Stay.
date in mind of when you're going to publish it?
I wanted to have it before Halloween because we have it like decorated for Halloween. So I'm
Oh, yeah,
shooting
that would
for
be
that.
good.
It's just
So
every time I get
soon.
in there, like
Yeah.
there was I was building the other day with Mark in there, Maw Power, and it's like we're sitting there and we're getting like the red disc of doom of save failed.
Oh, that's happened
Save
to a
failed. And I
few
was just
people I
like, dude, what
know.
is going
Yeah.
on here? This is so lame.
Like 2 or 3
You
days you
know?
couldn't build anything.
Yeah.
It
So I
happened
mean
to
it
me
kind
too,
of
yeah.
cuts you
Yeah.
back,
It's
That's the day my
Um,
cast fell through the
Yeah.
world also.
Oh, really?
So weird.
Yeah, so I guess it's fixed now. I don't know. I was working by myself, so I don't know. It seemed to be more when you're
Yeah.
collaborating with people. You got the red ring.
Oh,
So
okay.
I'm not.
Actually, that was one of my
exactly sure.
questions for you. What challenges are you facing while you're building in this metaverse? Yeah.
The red ring. The other thing, and I'm sure Purple, you've probably dealt with it too. But you come in like so. If you guys know League of Legends, it's kind of like a diamond-shaped map, right?
Yeah.
And then mine is cut back though; it's scaled down because I went in there thinking, hey, it's going to be a whole map, and then I quickly realized this isn't going to happen. So,
Yeah. The capacity.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just have
Mhm.
to.
Yeah, that's
you
one
gotta
problem,
Play around with
capacity.
it.
so that's
and
one big problem, and then
work
the
around
other
it.
problem with besides capacity is so I had the bases and everything all lined up, perfectly snapped, and then one day you come in and you're like, how come the ground is like not in the right
Oh,
place and
yeah.
everything's
What?
not
How
snapped
does that
together?
happen?
It's
I've had that.
well,
happen
you
to me
have a
before.
collaborator that comes in and whacks
Yep.
it around.
Oh,
And then they
crap.
leave, and then you can't do
Yeah.
anything. There's no undo at that point, but you can go back.
Yeah, there's no undo.
But if
right?
someone's
Yeah.
come in
You
and
gotta
then
lock
made
everything.
changes,
Yeah.
then
Yeah,
you
we
can't
started
go-
locking it all up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I'm not
happened
good
to
at locking
me.
stuff
And then the
down.
whole
I had
ground
to
was
get someone
messed
to
up
do it
the
for
whole
me.
time. Like I kept having to go back and tweak it a little bit here and there, and
Yeah.
it never quite got it.
Because you
where it
spend
was
so much
before.
time, like can the player go like up these steps good,
Mhm.
and you're like, and then you come back and you're like, no, now he can't go up the
No.
steps. What
Right?
happened?
Yeah.
Fly.
Yeah. So do you find that building in Horizon Worlds is easy or a challenge after building with Unity?
Oh, with like Unity. So
Mhm.
with Unity, I do more like procedural environments.
Mhm.
So like I'll say, kind of like with the AI, I'm sure it'll get there one day. Give me an island. Okay, I don't like
Yeah.
that shape. Give me a different shape. Give
Nice.
me, a million trees. Give me some million rocks, and it kind of
Yeah.
just places everything for
Oh,
you.
wow. It'd be so
Oh,
cool.
You
that's
know.
cool.
So, but with Horizon, it's like, oh, I have to make that mountain myself. Crap.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a square.
Yeah.
All right, that type
I
of
heard
thing.
they're doing something
Yeah.
like that in Horizons. I saw a video about it where you can talk
Oh,
into like
yeah.
the bow mode and it creates stuff for you. It probably
Mhm.
won't recognize my
Yeah.
accent though, but yeah, hopefully.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard some
there's-
people were upset about that. Like they're like, we're trying to make a living as builders, and now,
Yes.
you're going to
Mhm.
add an AI, and that's the whole art thing too. It's like, is AI making my art, or is the prompt the art?
Yeah. Yep.
I don't know. I leave that up to philosophy, but I think as
Absolutely.
long as like it affects you and you like the art and you like the world, it doesn't matter if AI or if a person built it, because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it looks the way it looks. And
Speaking of
that's it.
Horizon, like, and extra things that they're adding in that take away from creators, how do you feel about all the mesh objects and shapes? You've probably not built too much before then, I'm sure, before they started adding them.
Well, I
but-
did have an experience with it. So I was with you in your Halloween world, and I remember you telling me like, oh, you couldn't use too many mesh trees or whatever.
Yeah.
So I did my world with all the old trees, but I had a couple
Yeah.
mesh trees in there.
Yeah.
And then my friend came in. He's like, hey, we don't like these trees. I'm like, yeah, I don't like them either. He's like, why don't we put all the mesh trees in here, and you'll
oh my
see
gosh.
it's going to be
Yeah.
great, and it's
It
not going to,
looks-
and it's going to be
yeah.
lower capacity. That's what he tells me.
No, it's not.
And then he
though.
goes and he
Yeah.
changed it all out. And then I was in there looking, and I'm like, look at this capacity meter. We're at full capacity.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Yeah, because,
undo it all.
You may have 25% object capacity, which is great. But if you have, 100% geometric capacity, you're still at 100%.
It's still the same, right?
What's the
Yeah.
point?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of a balance.
And when you're trying to do a
happy
game,
balance.
I'm trying to do a game where it's like, there's pretty large areas for players to play in, and it's like, well, I need the maps, I need the capacity for the monsters and the asset spawning and other things.
Absolutely.
So, and then I got upset. I came in there, like I wasn't paying attention, and I came in there and I looked, like Mark's like, oh, have you seen the new trees or whatever? Because my friend he reverted the trees, and then I'm like, wait, I don't like these trees. I'm like, this doesn't look good. This looks horrible. And I'm like an art director, because one of my hats an art director, and I'm like, uh-oh. And then I looked in the thing and the asset store, and they used to be on top, and they weren't there anymore. And I'm like, Meta, where are my old trees?
Oh, no.
Damn you.
Hey, there's Dominique in
Dominic.
space today.
Nice.
But we got it all
You can
fixed
join in
up,
if they want, guys.
Are you recording?
Yeah, you can
but
come in if you
come
want.
if you want.
No, I don't want to. Have fun.
I know.
Is that Aaron? Sounds like Aaron. It is
Aaron
Aaron.
Beasley, come join us.
I'm here. What's up?
How's it going?
Hey, Nick.
What's up?
We have a
How's it
few
going, folks?
questions
What's
for
up?
Nick. Be
All
careful
right,
if you try
what's
to
up, Nick?
record with the
Do you
hat
know
on, by the
Nick?
way.
What's
Do you
up?
know Aaron?
No, here's a nice hat,
I'm
Nick.
not sure. I don't think so. I don't think we've met before.
Nick, Aaron.
Nice
Well,
to
hello,
meet you,
Nick.
Aaron.
Nice to meet you.
Aaron
Oh, and then
an
this is my
awesome
lovely friend
surfer.
Trixie.
Hello, Dominic.
Oh,
Everyone knows
thank
me.
If you want.
I'm the
Yeah.
one who's like talking here. Like,
Yeah, and then this is my friend Purple Rin as well. She's very nice. You'll like her. I don't.
Aw.
ah.
Aaron is a scripter. He does awesome, and he's been building a couple worlds
Cool.
too. He does a great job.
Yes, he is. Thank you.
I like
Can't
your jacket.
hijack
I
this,
saw that one in the
this
store.
podcast
It kind
right
of
now.
had the
Okay, we'll
whole
interview you another time.
Michael Jackson look that I thought was good. And then it has like that place for your cigarettes,
Yeah.
which
my
I
God.
see you filled it up too with cigarettes. I
Yeah, I
think.
had my crack in there.
I
If I'm
think it's
honest
a
with you.
pen holder, crayon holder. He's got crayons in there, man. Okay, so my next question is, so how did you find your signature style, if you have a signature style? Because Purple definitely has one. If you go to Purple's world, you know it's Purple. She's her hands all over there. You can see this is a Purple world. Okay? Purple Ren world. So tell us about your
Yeah.
signature style and where you
My
found it or what
style?
inspired it. Yeah.
Okay,
Besides
so
the
my
zombie
style.
apocalypse.
Well, I don't know, for building, I think I have more of like a just like whatever simple and looks okay and doesn't kill capacity, because I'm always thinking about like like the scripts and stuff. I want
Yeah.
things to move, so I guess
Mhm.
like in my game that I'm
Kinda
working
where we
on, we have a
all
lot
start, I
of
think.
creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have and so I'm just like, I want the creatures to be able to move and stuff. So I guess I don't really have too much of a style. Maybe it's a dungeon style, because I'm kind of making a dungeon type game.
Do you think dungeon style?
Yeah.
I won't even go there. There's so much
pictures.
stuff I could say about that, but
So, Aaron, how long have you been in Horizon Worlds?
Let me see. So I came in here. By the way, hello. Welcome, Aaron.
Are we
Beasley,
doing a
to the
two interview
podcast.
today?
I wandered in halfway through, and I am now
You're
the interview
welcome.
host. Hello. So this podcast is mine, and welcome everyone to my podcast.
Oh, because he's well editor now. Like,
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I'll edit
yeah,
this
he did a
part
script
deleted.
for me. He
Yeah.
did.
Oh!
Yeah, it's really nice of him.
Actually, I argued I should be world creator in here, but
Aw.
unfortunately, Purple Rain denied it. I was very sad.
Oh.
No. So I
everything.
came
I'm
in
still
here.
holding everything.
So I came in here in the end of January, into February, and I just bought the headset. I just bought it off of a whim, just because I'm like, yeah, this looks cool. I'm bored for a month. And when I came in here, I think it was Average Words was the one of the first people. I met Elastic Plastic, and then I met Average Words. And
Nice.
she's the one that kind of held my hand and showed me not how to fuck up when I'm creating it in here,
Mhm.
which was a really interesting
that-
process. So really shout out to her. Average Words is the only reason I stayed in here. She gave me legitimacy and showed me around various creators, and a lot of those people are the
Awesome.
reason that they gave me the time of day.
That's such a great part of Horizon Worlds is
Yeah, the
meeting
community,
people
yeah.
who, yeah, absolutely, such a great community.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
let's be honest. We only come back here for the community. I mean,
True.
Yeah.
with how
The
many
worlds are just
bugs
the
and
thing,
yeah.
glitches and
Exactly.
crap,
Yeah,
crap outs in
glitches.
here,
Yeah.
like
About that.
we only come back here
Yeah.
for the people. Like if Rec Room had cooler people, I would never be in here.
Or VR chat.
Right, I was
I
just
only go
thinking
into
that.
VR
I'm like,
chat with people like you.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep,
like
I
when we
know.
go together
When we go
that's
and
when we come in
World
there.
Hop.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is fun.
We need
though,
to go
when
to
we have-
VR chat sometime.
Yeah, when it's
hey,
a
all the
group
fun.
of
So-
people, it's
Yeah.
fun.
It's
Yeah,
it has to
fun,
be
yeah.
the right group, though.
Especially
Yeah.
so, VR Chat has some incredible worlds. But if you guys haven't been to Rec Room in a while, I highly recommend it. Rec Room's games in here are so much more overpowered than anything in Horizon or VR Chat combined.
Really.
I just
so
don't
they
go
have-
because the avatars, they look
Well,
so
my son
childish.
uses
That's
Rec
fair.
Room, so
Yeah.
I'm like, so like
Yeah.
a kid.
You're like,
sort of.
should I go on
See, Rec Room
Yeah.
really gets you. But if you go into private sessions with
Maybe.
friends, because you can do a one game that's single player for an hour straight and just keep
Mhm.
on
Oh,
going
wow.
through existing or going to like different worlds and experiences, because
Where is my husband?
the stuff they have there is so much better with how they work with capacity.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, it's
so
gone quite. There's a
what's
quiet
like,
moment there.
give us an example. So what, like,
Okay, okay.
kind of,
so
like,
this
games
is
and stuff
a
can
honest
they-
world. So they have a world in there. 'Cause I don't even know how I did it, but it's the best world that I've seen in Rec Room, in
Hijacking the
VR Chat,
interview.
or Horizons combined. It trumps all of them. So you start out. It starts at kind of a musical where it's that Guardians of the Galaxy, that one. And you're all in a party bus, and these avatars that they have fully animated come out and like perform the song, and there was like a full light and dance show, and that's what you think it's going to be. And then all of a sudden, it turns into a theater show that you're watching. That's this gritty cop drama, where there's like a full like action scenes and like I don't want to
in-depth,
spoil too much
yeah.
of it.
Wow.
Yeah.
But I mean, just you're basically you're watching a movie an hour straight, animated straight in Rec Room without any external
cool.
experiences. Oh, it's
Oh my gosh.
incredible! I
That's
forget the
cool.
name now. I think it's the Forbidden
Huh.
one.
Have you been on Rec Room much, Nick?
No, I've never been on Rec Room.
Me neither.
I mainly
Because I
when
know
I
you
am
do a lot
like,
of VR
not in here.
gaming on the Oculus,
Yeah,
and you stream a
Mhm.
lot.
Yeah, I do stream a lot, but it's funny. I stream with the people that I met in Horizon, but we
Oh,
usually
yeah.
play Population 1.
Okay.
and we're the
Oh, yeah,
Banana
I've seen you doing
Boys.
that a lot. Yeah, I was gonna
Oh,
say
that's
it's
a
not
great
the
one.
Banana,
Banana
World.
Boys, yeah.
Banana.
Yeah, so we do that, and it's mainly, we get really competitive even with each other. Like my friend Zim, he was upset that nobody had met him in Demio one night or something, and then he was being a little upset about it. Well, nobody's going. And then you know what? I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna fight you in a death match to the death tomorrow. And actually, Zim, if you're watching this, we still have to. You didn't get out of that fight, so
I actually
it's
met
like we're
Zim a
very
few days
competitive.
ago at a camp.
He's
Wow,
great.
that's a call
Zim's a
out.
great guy. Call out to Zimster 87, I think is his name now. But yeah, so we play Pop 1 like daily usually. This week I'm building, so I didn't really stream as much, but yeah, it's a lot of fun, and they're all people that I met in Horizon, through
that's cool.
HCTV. Yeah.
That's awesome.
I think that's all the questions I had, actually. Let's see.
Oh,
I have a notebook
It's
here.
really boring. It's like one question. What the hell?
You
No,
missed
one
most
question.
of
All
it.
right, well, time to go
Oh,
home.
actually,
Well,
one
answer
last
the question.
question. So,
well,
where do you see Horizon Worlds going in the future? Like, from your point of view, like, where do you see this place going?
That's a really tough question. For me, I think that Horizon is just going to be like a great place for creators if they keep on it. They let everybody monetize and stuff and build. I think that'll be awesome. And as the headsets get more powerful, it's going to become more like Unity. And this is actually Unity under the hood. For anybody out there that's wondering.
No, it is. It is.
So it's like, I think it's just going to get better and better, and it's going to become. I don't know if it's going to become the ultimate like player one metaverse because we're still in this gated system. We need something more decentralized for that. But I think there's a great opportunity for creators, at least in 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 the near term and in the future.
Yeah, absolutely.
To,
What about you?
try to
Aaron?
make a living.
For sure. So I'm very interested coming off of the heels of the MetaConnect this past
Mhm.
week where
Yeah.
we've just now started to
Yeah.
see meshes being imported in here.
Yeah.
But they've referenced that it looks like we're going to be receiving full Unity support where we're not only creating worlds in here, but we're also able to import avatars through SDKs,
so
I believe it is.
Oh, that's
Mhm.
And
Came
so
out
this
my
makes an
wrinkled old
interesting
self.
right. But this makes an interesting process because we're now going to be able to create things in our computer and bring it over here. I mean, we're already seeing this
Yeah.
in aspects such as Soapstone importing pictures, and like this is a very early concept for it. But it's also going to be a limiting thing where Trixie, because she's poor and doesn't have a nice computer, so she won't be able to go and design something in like a
Huh?
really nice design.
I don't have a computer at all,
in a
actually.
full
Join if
Unity.
you want.
Should I hit
Won't be
this
able
button
to
right here,
do
the
it.
boo button?
Don't boo me, I'm right.
Forgot about the button.
So
Yeah,
Boobs.
don't boo me, I'm
Oh,
right.
Boob button.
So, but
You leave that
Everything's
in.
It-
You leave that in.
but it's going to put Trixie at such a disadvantage with someone who doesn't have an RTX 3090, where they can't come in and design something on the best hardware. And so this is going to be. They've referenced where they see in the future
Mhm.
building on the headset side by side with building on the computer, but I don't know how much practical that's going to be because right now we all have the same 9 shapes, and unless you use utilizing something in Horizon,
Mesh
that
shapes,
this is
yeah.
this is all we have.
Yep,
And so seeing how
absolutely.
they mesh this in the future, I'm curious if that's going to put people at a disadvantage where it's you require.
Well, they are going to
computer, 'cause I wouldn't
allow
have
like
gone in here
Sketchfab,
if-
right? So she wants, so it'll be like an asset store. She'll be able to go to Sketchfab and get, a Pokemon or whatever and just bring it in. So she doesn't actually
Mhm.
have to make it,
Oh, that's cool too. Thanks.
So that might
to-
level the field a little bit,
How
Mhm.
do you feel about the
Ah.
mesh objects, Dominic?
I'm happy about it. I think it's gonna make Horizon
People
look
hijacking the
really nice looking.
podcast.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
all
welcome,
right.
Dominic
We
Frederick,
invited
to the
him,
world.
yes. Dominic
Hi,
is an
everyone. Hi.
amazing creator.
Yeah.
He's got some.
We are going to get you
awesome-
on, though. Don't worry.
amazing
We're going to get you
worlds.
guys on for your own
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, I actually just showed up for the
Hijackers.
food. You have an amazing
Yeah.
spread out there.
Thank you.
Oh,
So,
I'm glad you
I-
enjoyed
Purple
yeah,
cooked
I
everything.
came for the food. Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
Thanks.
That's an amazing spread.
Let's go. Use the button.
Yay!
Haven't used the buttons the whole night. I forgot about these. Oh my god.
Yeah, use
I
the
had my
button.
hands down.
Yeah,
So, have you used the mesh objects very much? Have you?
I haven't gone through them, but I will say this. So I'm gonna plug my own world right now. So in Dracula's haunted castle, I
a
was
great
I
world,
was
by the way.
building I was building the gargoyle, and I was having such trouble.
That one?
What
Yeah,
is
this guy
happening
right
here?
here. Yeah, I was having
the word
such
you're talking
trouble
Bottle
with the wings.
Come on, Matt. Getting over.
Right?
I just had it.
So I was like
Aaron.
building the wings, and I took the half
You
pipe
didn't
shape, and
delete
I
it
was
from
using
this.
that for the wings. And I was like looking at it
Yes.
for like 5 minutes, and I was like, oh, that's just terrible. Like it doesn't make a
Yeah.
good wing. So
Mhm.
then I was like, all right, I'm just gonna give up. I'm gonna go look through the meshes and see if I can
That's what I
find
do too now.
something
Yeah.
that looks like
Yeah.
a wing. And I ended up
Yeah.
using like a flower petal shape for
Yeah,
the wings, right? And I was
absolutely.
like, okay, that works good. So after fighting for 30 minutes of like what shape should I use,
Yes.
I just kind of was like, okay,
That's my
this is where
favorite
it
part
calls
of
for a
it
mesh.
too. Is pulling those
Mhm.
pieces apart, that mesh object apart, and utilizing the pieces, the hidden pieces, or the pieces that work together. I actually have a world where I just have like the first set of like mesh objects all just laid out, like pulled apart and laid out. And I'll go in there often and just pull those objects and build just something right there, an asset right there, just so that I can have.
Aaron?
Yes,
Talking about
this
the
one.
mesh
Thank you,
shapes, yeah.
Aaron. Appreciate
You're welcome.
it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Highly
well, this is
recommend
called
checking out her
chasing,
mesh room.
chasing portals, okay? But
Yes.
not in
that's-
front of my
Chasing
face.
portals.
why.
Open them down there.
yeah. I think he's trying to get rid of us, like hoping that we
Right.
accidentally turn and hit the
He's
button.
like,
Yeah,
to
yeah,
get us out of
Aha,
there.
this podcast will be all mine.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I-
He's trying to take over.
Evil, isn't he?
Yeah.
God.
So I'll definitely say because I think mesh shapes are the future in here. Because I'm someone who's like I'm not a builder at all. I'm purely a scripter, and I
But wait,
I don't
I have
have
one
that in
question
me.
though. Aren't
For sure.
they? We call them mesh shapes, but aren't they all meshes? I don't know. They're all meshes. Like when it comes down to it, like if you're in Blender or something, everything's a mesh. So,
Yeah, I think we
That's a
need
nerdy-
to.
That's a nerdy
Work
quip, but
on
I stay
it.
with you on it. So,
terminology.
but the reason that I'm really interested in them because I'm building a world right now where I've utilized, I mean, almost entirely mesh shapes, designing it because I know I've gotten to take Purple Wren there, and Trixie, I should take you as well. But it's been a really fun experience where I'm barely scripting anything, and I'm purely having fun with assets and creating like a nice coffee shop and nice little fall environment around there. And I would have never been able to walk through and create those if not for those mesh shapes because I don't have it in me to
really helpful.
sit there for half an hour and make a nice looking tree.
Yeah.
So like having that, I mean, it's a great barrier. I've been helping my friend Jade this week go and build out her first world, and it's almost entirely mesh shapes. But I've tried to get her to build for almost a year now, and I could not get her until I showed her these assets, and it really clicked. Where it's like, okay, I don't have to be on the building level of Purple Wren.
It really gives everything
bang out a nice world,
elegant,
a nice
professional feel to it too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, or it's just almost impossible to do that unless you're using a million
like to get a pillow
shapes.
to look real. Like you can't get a pillow to look like a pillow.
Yeah.
You got to use a pillow from the mesh shapes.
Which is kind of at a disadvantage where you're kind of stuck utilizing what Horizon gives you. And so I feel like a poor man just, please, Horizon, give me more mesh shapes.
Add a whole bunch of
That's how I
new
feel
stuff.
with outfits.
Check it out.
Please. Something other than the ugly
clothes.
I mean, an easy fix for that is if they just gave us edge loops, and then it would be like gravity sketching, just like, oh, here's, you know,
which would be fascinating, but that would, I feel like I would just draw like one smiley face, and I'd be at max capacity. And I'm so scared of seeing that in here.
Yeah.
But then again, yeah. I'm not going to complain about it. I was going to complain about something else.
Hold on.
Did you buy the headset?
No, I'm waiting for my friend Mark to get one first, so that, like, you know,
is that Mark?
He can experience all the bad stuff
with all the worlds.
No, this is Maw Power 71, or maybe it's 27. They always change the numbers at the end, and I don't know what it is. But yeah, I'm waiting for my friend to try it out, and then, you know, he's getting his on the 25th or around about that time, and you know, then I'll get mine.
My
before,
birthday's coming
like,
up, by the way, so I'm just hinting everyone.
Nice.
My birthday's
how old
just
are you going to be,
Christmas.
Trixie?
60.
I'll be 41. Oh my god.
Yeah, I was born without a birthday.
How?
Is that why your eyes are red?
Just a little joke. Actually, that's so crazy. Yeah, I forget my eyes are red. I was actually being like,
that's kind of creepy. I was looking at that. I didn't want to say anything.
And like, I didn't realize my eyes were red until you said that. I was like, oh yeah, my eyes
I was
are
trying not to say anything, but it was kind of scaring me. I was
I went to a Halloween party
almost.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so before we end the podcast, I have a last question for Nick. So Nick, where can people find you on the internet, like on Instagram or Facebook? So give us your deets.
Well, you can find me NickTVR, where I do my streaming, or just NickTea on the Facebook, and then on Instagram it's Yeti_meme_dealer, where I deal all my memes.
That's an interesting Instagram account, people. You should check it out. Definitely.
What about you, Aaron? How can people get a hold of you?
Well, of course. Well, just call out to me, and I shall come running.
Like Lucifer.
Yeah, I will come floating down on a small cloud. I will not have red eyes, unfortunately. No, so you can follow me on Instagram. So it's abdp.me. That's also my website. I'm a cinematographer. Hello, if you need cinematography.
Nice. It's amazing.
And how about you, Purple Wren?
Oh,
not Purple Wren.
Okay. You can find me on Facebook at Elaine West, or you can find me on Instagram, PurpleWren00. So I don't really have...
And Dominic Frederick, where can we find you on Instagram?
You can get a hold of me through Trixie. She is my secretary. So just get
You wish I was your secretary. Excuse me.
Hey, that would be a good job. That would be a good job.
You can't afford me.
It's a really great porn category. That's not gonna make it.
You can't afford my secretary like fees if I had to do
seriously.
that, okay?
But Dominic, where can we find you on Instagram though?
You can find me on Horizon Worlds. On Instagram, I kind of like I play around with Metanuma as my Instagram, but I might.
I can't
switch
spell that
that
You got a dope
over.
Instagram account. I like it. And Trixie, we don't
Yeah.
really care about you.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thanks
Yeah,
so much
slow-
for coming
slow
to the
fun.
podcast today.
Aaron.
I'd like to thank everyone.
You're getting right to back here, by the way.
I don't hear the boo.
Thanks for
You guys
closing.
hear it?
Really?
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah, I
Aaron,
heard
we
that.
I
can
don't
hear it.
hear it.
Yeah, we can hear it.
I don't hear it.
Weird.
I don't
Oh,
hear
by the
it.
way, since this is called Chasing Portals, we end every episode of the podcast with the guest. This is our actual guest, not you guys, no offense. He has to
Oh, I
open a
just showed up
portal
for
to
the
one of the
food.
worlds. One of the worlds he
Oh,
likes,
one of
maybe
the
his
worlds,
world
okay.
or a friend's world. Yeah, so you just gotta open a portal.
Yeah, so
Purple
this
Ren.
world was by
Feared yourself.
by Dan Tanzer, and it's my favorite
No,
world
this
because
is not the world I'm seeing. Okay.
Where'd
Aaron,
it go?
we're taking that out.
You're too slow.
I'm too slow. See, I don't use these portals a lot.
Like,
It was
what
on
is
here
this meta racing
earlier.
happening?
What are you
That doesn't
looking
look like a
for?
world.
I'm looking for the
Plaza Apocalypse, I think
the-
you said.
Yeah, Plaza
Tanzer.
Apocalypse. Yeah,
Okay.
Tanzer.
That's a great.
So it's my
world.
favorite world because he let me build a treehouse in it. That was very nice
Cool.
of him.
There we go.
That
So this
one,
is
yeah.
This is Nick T's World of the Week. Plaza Apocalypse by Dan Tanzer. And Aaron opened the portal again. So everyone's gonna jump
You're
into
damn
the
right I
portal. Guys, let's jump in. Bye. This is
Jump
the
in.
end of
Are
our
we
first
going?
episode. It was lots of
Bye.
fun.
Thanks everyone
Bye,
for
guys.
visiting and coming.
Yeah. Jump in, guys.